Hey gardeners, whether you're a seasoned grower or just starting out, today's topic is going to change the way you look at your soil forever. Today, let's dig into the secret heroes of healthy soil, worms. These little wrigglers are more than just garden critters. They're nature's original recyclers, working tirelessly beneath the surface to keep your soil alive and thriving. Worm composting or vermicomposting transforms kitchen scraps into black gold, the richest, most natural fertilizer you can make at home. Instead of tossing your food waste, you can turn it into something truly valuable for your plants. Forget expensive fertilizers. Worm castings are packed with nutrients and beneficial microbes your plants crave. These castings improve soil structure, boost water retention, and help your garden resist disease naturally. I was skeptical at first, but after mixing my first batch of castings into my tomato bed, the results were incredible. Healthier plants, tastier tomatoes, and fewer pests. The difference was so clear, I couldn't believe I hadn't tried it sooner. Worm composting is simple, organic, and connects you to the full cycle of food and soil. It's a hands-on way to reduce your kitchen waste and give back to your garden at the same time. Whether you have a backyard, a small patio, or just a balcony, you can set up a worm bin almost anywhere. Worm composting is perfect for city dwellers and rural gardeners alike. We'll walk through every step together, from choosing the right bin and bedding to feeding your worms and harvesting your first batch of castings. You'll see just how easy and rewarding it can be to make your own black gold, ready to boost your garden, reduce waste, and help the planet. Worm composting is a small change that makes a big impact, both for your plants and the environment. Let's get our hands dirty and dive into the world of worm composting. You'll discover how easy it is to start, and how quickly your garden will thank you. You'll be amazed at what a handful of worms can do. So grab your gloves, gather your food scraps, and let's get started on this journey to healthier soil and a greener planet. Your worms need a cozy home, a worm bin. This is where they'll live, eat, and transform your kitchen scraps into rich, dark compost. Setting up the right environment from the start is key to keeping your worms happy and productive. You can buy a fancy multi-tier system, which often comes with built-in trays for easy harvesting and drainage, making maintenance a breeze for beginners and seasoned composters alike. Or, if you're feeling crafty, make your own with a simple opaque plastic tote. DIY bins are budget-friendly and can be customized to fit your space, whether you're composting in a small apartment or a backyard shed. The key: opaque sides to keep out light, drainage holes in the bottom to prevent soggy bedding, and air holes along the top and lid for ventilation. Good airflow keeps your worms healthy and prevents odors. Worms need darkness, air, and a lid to keep things tidy. The lid also helps maintain moisture and keeps curious pets or pests out. Drill about 15-20 small holes for drainage and airflow. Space them evenly along the sides and bottom. This simple step prevents water from pooling and ensures your worms get enough oxygen. For bedding, use shredded newspaper or plain cardboard, no glossy paper or colored ink. Bedding gives worms a soft, safe place to burrow and helps absorb moisture. Moisten the bedding until it feels like a wrung-out sponge, then fill the bin about 3/4 full. Too much water can drown your worms, while dry bedding makes it hard for them to move and eat. Add a handful of garden soil or sand for grit and beneficial microbes. This helps worms digest food and introduces helpful bacteria to kickstart the composting process. Place your bin somewhere with stable temperatures, basement, garage, or a shady spot. Avoid direct sunlight or freezing areas, as worms thrive best between 55 and 77 degrees Fahrenheit. That's it. Your worm hotel is open for business. With just a little setup, you've created a perfect home for your new composting crew. Simple, quick, and ready for its first guests. Soon, you'll be turning food scraps into garden gold. Let's move on to choosing your new worm workforce. The right worms make all the difference in successful composting. Next up, picking the perfect composting worms to get your bin started right. Not all worms are created equal for composting. Skip the garden earthworms. They're deep diggers, not bin dwellers. You want red wigglers, Icenia fetida, the composting champs. They thrive in bins, eat fast, and multiply quickly. European nightcrawlers, Icenia hortensis, are another good option, though a bit slower to reproduce. Order about 1 pound, 800-1,000 worms, for a standard bin. When they arrive, gently place them on top of the moist bedding. Leave the lid off with a light on for an hour. They'll burrow down on their own. Once they're settled, let them acclimate for a few days before feeding. Now you're ready to feed your hungry helpers. Feeding worms is easy, but a few rules keep your bin healthy. Stick to fruit and veggie scraps, apple cores, banana peels, coffee grounds, filter included, and tea bags, no staples. Crushed eggshells are great for calcium and pH balance. Balance greens, kitchen scraps, with browns, shredded paper, cardboard, or dry leaves. Always cover food scraps with a layer of dry bedding to control moisture and odors. Avoid meat, dairy, oily foods, and too much citrus or onion. These attract pests and can harm worms. Use pocket feeding, bury scraps in a different corner each time. This keeps odors down and lets you track how fast the worms are eating. If a food isn't popular, worms can move elsewhere. Feed small amounts at first, and adjust as your worms get established. Simple, clean, and your worms will love it. Let's keep your bin thriving. Maintenance is easy. Just check moisture and avoid overfeeding. Bedding should feel damp, not soggy. Too wet, add dry bedding and fluff. Too dry, mist with water. Use dechlorinated water if possible. Don't overfeed. 1 pound of worms eats about half a pound of scraps per day. Only add more food when the last batch is mostly gone. Fluff the bin monthly to aerate and prevent compaction. Watch for active worms and baby worms, signs of a healthy bin. If you see pests or smell bad odors, adjust moisture or remove uneaten food. With a little attention, your worm colony will thrive. Next, let's harvest your black gold. After 306 months of patient care, your worm bin will be brimming with dark, crumbly worm castings, often called black gold for a reason. This rich, earthy material is the result of your worm's hard work, transforming kitchen scraps and bedding into a nutrient-packed soil amendment. You'll notice the compost has a pleasant, earthy smell and a texture similar to coffee grounds. Now, it's time to separate your worms from the finished compost. This step ensures you keep your worm population healthy and ready for another round of composting. One popular technique is the light separation method. Simply dump the contents of your bin onto a tarp under a bright light or in the sun. Shape the compost into small cone-shaped piles. Every 20 minutes or so, gently scrape away the top layer of compost. The worms will instinctively burrow down to escape the light, making it easy to collect the finished castings from the surface. This method is simple, effective, and lets you see just how many worms you've raised. Alternatively, try the migration method. For this, feed only one side of your bin for a few weeks. The worms will naturally move toward the food, leaving the other side full of nearly worm-free castings. You can then harvest the finished compost from the side without food, with minimal disturbance to your worms. Both methods are easy, effective, and keep your worms happy and healthy. Choose the one that fits your style and schedule best. Once you've harvested your black gold, it's time to restart your bin. Add fresh bedding, like shredded newspaper or coconut coir, and return your worms to their refreshed home. This keeps your composting cycle going strong. Now, put your castings to work. Sprinkle them around your container plants, top-dress your garden beds, or brew a batch of compost tea for a nutrient-rich liquid fertilizer. Worm castings are incredibly versatile and can be used in almost any gardening situation. Just a small amount of worm castings can make a big difference. Your plants will reward you with lush growth, vibrant leaves, and improved resilience to pests and diseases. Worm castings provide both instant nutrients and long-term benefits for soil health. They help improve soil structure, boost beneficial microbes, and retain moisture, making your garden more productive and sustainable. There's a real sense of satisfaction in making your own fertilizer from kitchen scraps. You're closing the loop, reducing waste, and creating something truly valuable for your garden. Ready to keep the cycle going? With each harvest, you'll get better at the process and see even greater results in your plants and soil. Let's wrap up with your next steps. Gather your supplies, refresh your bin, and get ready for another rewarding round of worm composting. You've just learned how to turn kitchen scraps into the best soil amendment around, worm castings. It's simple, rewarding, and great for your garden and the planet. Anyone can do it, beginner or expert, big yard or small apartment. Start with a DIY bin or a store-bought system. Order your worms, and let nature do the rest. Don't stress. Worms are forgiving, and you'll learn as you go. Your plants will thank you with stronger growth and better harvests. If you found this guide helpful, subscribe to Soil Stories for more tips. Share this with a friend and help spread the soil revolution. Thanks for joining me. Happy gardening. Until next time, keep growing.